Hello everyone and welcome back to my Beyond the Gates 24 official YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ted gives Leslie in claim and Eva meets Andre. Jacob arrested Dani at Vernon and Anita's house. Vernon argued the charges were unwarranted. Naomi was furious to learn Bill was behind it. Jacob tried to be discreet, but Anita was outraged when he read Dani her rights. Naomi demanded he not handcuff her mama, but Jacob progressed. Dani was charged with tried murder. She was angry but cooperated. Naomi pledged to represent her and declared she'd no way forgive Jacob for siding with her father. At the sanitarium, Ted anxiously awaited for Nicole. She was on the roof with Leslie, who pretended to be suicidal. Leslie, using the alias Sherry, faked torture and reflected on Nicole's wealth. Nicole induced her to step down and led her inside. Latterly, in Nicole's office, Leslie revealed that her hubby had left her, not failed. Nicole offered guidance, but Leslie refused to be her case. Hearkening at the door, Ted latterly brazened Leslie. She hovered to expose an affair and toyed with the idea of reserving a session with Nicole. Ted advised her to stay down. At the summer house, Doug was thrilled to adventure again despite Randy prompting him to quit. Doug believed his luck was turning, but Randy advised he was making a mistake. Meanwhile, Eva met Andre at the bar and introduced herself at a bar, but she clarified she wasn't flirting. She honored him from his work and flattered him. He joked about his growing pride, and they bandied their careers. Eva mentioned that Ted was a good man to work for. Latterly, Andre joined Derek and Ashley at their table before leaving. At the police station, Dani's family watched as she was reused. Chelsea slightly stifled a laugh and Anita suffed at Dani's model good mugshot disguise. A journalist awaited outdoors, which infuriated Martin. He suspected someone had sloped them off. Bill showed up, shocking his daughters. Vernon claimed the charges wouldn't stick, but Bill argued the viral videotape made it insolvable to bury. Chelsea indicted Bill of using her, while Vernon and Haley demanded he drop the charges. Bill conceded, and Dani refused to thank him. Back home, Vernon and Anita thanked Martin and Smitty for their support. Martin fumed but promised not to hit Bill again. Dani thanked Naomi for representing her but upset about the strain on her marriage. Anita reminded her that Jacob embodied the kind of law enforcement they wanted, indeed if he to follow orders. Naomi was still worried, and she left. Dani prompted Chelsea not to let her father's conduct ruin their relationship. She comforted her that Bill loved both his daughters. Anita praised Dani. Dani wondered if this was Bill's way of seeking another chance with her. Anita misdoubted it. Dani admitted she still loved him and believed he wanted her back. Meanwhile, Naomi returned home, and Jacob tried to console her. Feeling betrayed, she handed him a mask and ordered him to sleep on the lounge. Back at their house, Haley advised Bill to stop envenoming Dani and the Duprees, or she'd leave him for good. In the Monday, March Dani isn't giving up on Bill anytime soon, no matter what her family thinks. Leslie isn't about to give up on vengeance after she and Ted eventually connect. And Naomi just can't feel to lose her unforeseen resentment for her hubby after he arrested her mama. You'd suppose that knowing Bill pressed charges against her for tried murder would further validate her epiphany that her marriage was over. You'd suppose that after getting reused and taking those modeling mugshots, she'd be done with her ex-husband. Unfortunately, it was a hard no for Dani. Rather, she's doubling down on wanting Bill back. Her sense is that she was done with him. She as much as told Haley that. She was no way going to bother them again. And that's when Bill decided to get the police involved and bring charges against her. And also he showed up to the firmament. To Dani, that means he wants back in the game. He wants her attention. And she'd take his miserable but back in a twinkle indeed though he's wedded and his new woman was the one to talk him into pressing charges. Leslie used her alter pride's name, Sherry Carter, to get close to Nicole. She faked an exigency on the rooftop. Sherry was a woman passing internal health torture, and she only wanted Nichol's help. Nicole was suitable to talk Sherry down from the ledge so they could talk in her office. Eventually, the two gabbled, and Nicole gave Sherry some warm advice and offered to treat her pro bono. Still, Leslie said she'd need to continue with a new therapist. Leslie also progressed to defy Ted, who overheard on Leslie and Nicole during their improvisational session. Ted knew exactly who she was. He called what he'd with Leslie an affair. Meanwhile, Leslie formerly made it feel like it was so much more. Latterly, when Leslie was on the phone with Eva, she doubled down on her vengeance. In fact, she thinks it's going to be succulent. Naomi is simply trying her stylish to reuse the fact that her hubby was the one to come to the Dupree manse to arrest Dani. Jacob claimed he was just doing his job. Meanwhile, she asked him why it couldn't be another Bobby. Or, at the veritably least, he could have given her a heads up. He said he wanted to be there because of his relationship with the family. He'd admire them. But that's not how Naomi saw it. At the Dupree house, Naomi said she'd no way forgive Jacob if he arrested her mama. Latterly, she said he could have given her some notice so she could prepare her mama. And also, she couldn't shake off her resentment and wrathfulness in their bedroom. She doubled down and transferred Jacob to sleep on the settee. These two have a lot to work out. Explosive moments as the show ushers in its alternate week to suckers. Dana Leslie Thomas will reveal a secret, while Andre Richardson and Ashley Morgan partake a baby-relating moment, and Haley Lawson will try to recover and move on. What's going down during Monday's show? Time to dive into the drama. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Monday's show suggest Leslie will reveal a secret about her son Eva Thomas. This is intriguing, as during the Friday, February 28 occasion she sounded to indicate that Eva was Ted Richardson's son. Eva is set to temporarily fill in as Nicole Dupree Richardson's adjunct veritably soon. In fact, Leslie went to extreme lengths to run Nicole's current adjunct off the road so that a spot could open up. What are these two up to, and how numerous secrets do they have? Suckers will have to tune in to find out. Over at the sanitarium, Andre and Ashley will team up to help a case. The two stepped into an elevator during the Friday show with a veritably pregnant lady, and it sounded as if she was going into labor the very moment the elevator stopped. Will the baby arrive in the elevator? Will Andre and Ashley be the bones to deliver the little bone? It sounds like this will be, but how will this baby moment bond the two? Andre seems veritably interested, and Ashley's been enough kittenish with him as well. Still, she has a swain at home. It'll be intriguing to see what happens coming. During Friday's show was Dani Dupree pulling out a gun during Haley and Bill Hamilton's marriage at the very moment the sanctioned asked if anyone expostulated to their holy union. It sounded like the gun went off, so was this all a dream, or will Dani end up shooting Haley? Also again, was the gun fake? Is Bill persuading her to move on with the form? It's hard to say at this point. What's more, Tyrell doesn't just turn up, he turns up with a problem of his own. As Smitty lately bare to his mate, Tyrell's been acting a bit off recently, a little frosty. And his last math test grade was each it was cracked up to be, or what they're used to seeing from him. What's up with that? Supposedly, we'll soon be chancing out. Still, start your binge moment, if you've yet to start watching Beyond the Gates. Occurrences go down like tasty bonbons, the cast is substantially atrocious, the characters sprucely rendered. In fact, you know what? We wrote a whole composition about why Beyond the Gates is a new pleasure you do'n't indeed have to feel shamefaced about, it's so good.